Hey guys, um, I wrote this 3 days ago in a study hall because I was bored. Wait, 2 days ago. It's Wednesday. Yes. And then I decided to wait because I was gonna ask Isaac to make sure he didn't care if I put his personal information in it because I think I said Isaac 11 times. Speaking of, this is how to help someone through a panic attack, Isaac style. I don't have any other styles. The Isaac style part isn't necessary, but like, I learned from Isaac, so it's Isaac style. Get ready to cringe. Because the method's great. My delivery, I'm probably gonna say Isaac style too much. I made the realization that people don't know this information about how to prevent panic attacks if they don't also get panic attacks. And seeing as there's 5 of us in my life, I figured I'd teach. I know a thing or two, if you weren't aware. Also known as I learned a thing or two by bothering Isaac. He's not sick with me, shockingly. I need caffeine. So I'm gonna show you some of the methods that Isaac taught me to stop it, as well as some stuff I came up with by being in a pickle in the middle of a school day when I couldn't call Isaac and ask for help. Because that's always gonna be my number one method. If nothing else is working, I'm getting out my phone and calling Isaac. I think he can do anything in relevance to this, not anything in general. There's a lot of things he probably can't do, like play the violin. It's random, but I haven't heard that one. So, yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna start with less effective stuff and work up, because, you know, you can scale it that way. Like, if your panic attack's like a 1, you do number 1. And if your panic attack's like a 10, you do number 10. I had to figure out how high I was going. It's 1 to 10. It's a pretty good scale. I would have done 1 to 7, but I just know too much for that, you know? Anyways, number 1, leave. Basic, you know? Run away from the trigger. Sometimes that's all it takes to get off the edge. 'Cause you know, I'm sound triggered. If somebody's yelling in my ear, sometimes all it takes for me to be okay is just move this way. Other times it takes a lot more. Like, I'm sorry to Isaac, I've called you 6 times this week. But like, given the scaling system, this is a good option sometimes. Number 2, Rooter, without an E. It's ROOTR. Hashtag not spawn in advance. Because I'm talking about an app if you couldn't tell. This doesn't work well for me personally, because the voice is a woman, and like, for some reason women can't calm me down. Nothing against ladies, like, I socialize with women. I'm not like scared, I swear. You know, being one, I'd hope I wasn't scared. But like, the only people that have ever successfully calmed me down are Isaac and Matt, so the ladies don't work. I'm gonna link it in the description, apparently. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I've never linked anything, in all honesty. If I figure it out and it's easy, I'll start linking things. If you guys get sick of that, let me know. I haven't gotten a single comment ever, so be my first comment. I'm kidding, please don't. I don't want feedback unless it's like, nobody like insult me without reason. Like, I'll take criticism that's like accurate, and useful. Like, tell me why. If you're gonna roast me, give me a good reason. Or, like, nice things are okay, I won't complain. Don't say random stuff that's not necessary, please. This is an educational place. So Reader is a panic attack app / anxiety app. It's got like a journal. It's got a button that you can hit, and then it talks to you. I don't use it very much, if you can't tell, which is why it's rated 2. For some people, it might be like a 10. But like for me, I try it sometimes. And like sometimes just reading the stuff works. But like, not the best option in my opinion. 3. Get CALM, all capitalized because it's an acronym, friend. CALM stands for close, attack ready, laid back, and monotone. They need to know what to do and be mellow enough to actually help you. Because, like, if you go get somebody that's, like, energy up here and, like, seriousness down here, they won't be helping. Like, if anything, they're gonna worsen your problem. Close can also be consistent. It really depends how willing you are to be vulnerable with random people. I, for example, usually do Lily for this. I'll send this to Lily so she knows I talked about her. Because people usually like it when I mention them on here. I don't know why. But, like, I send it to them if I do now, because I like it when people are happy. Number 4. Calming music. Not calm like before, calming. It has to help you not be chill and not be close, attack ready, laid back, and monotone. It can be normal music. It just needs to make you feel better. If rock concerts calm you down, by all means, have at it. I won't stop you, just keep it away from me. I personally do not listen to rock concerts, if you couldn't tell. That would go horribly wrong for me, personally. Like, go for it if that's what you need. I won't stop you. I also won't participate, though, so. Number 5. I'm running out of fingers. If distraction. I forgot to read the start for a second. I was just gonna dive into it. If you get them talking about something vastly unrelated that they're interested in, then the body will breathe for them and they'll calm down. For example, because I need to make this very personally connected, I'm going to talk about Isaac, obviously. So today, in play practice, I was in a stairwell freaking out, like, curled up in a ball, back to the, like, wall, and I'm sitting on a random stair. I'm probably about to fall down the stairs, in all honesty. So, I ring up Isaac. He doesn't pick up. I had an 100% success rate with Isaac picking up my phone calls until then. So I try again. He picks up second ring, as usual. He's very on top of it. I don't know what Tori means. And he asks what I need. Because, like, you know, that's normal. And I don't know what I said. But somehow we got to talking about play practice and how he was coming to the show on Friday. So naturally, I was complaining about our flying carpet being a coffee table. By the way, come see Aladdin Jr. I wore the shirt for that. And then I was okay. So, like, props to Isaac for being really good at that. It's almost like he has experience. We'll get back to that. 6. Enter into solitude. If you don't know what solitude is, don't ask me, I can never remember. I made an entire video about it where I fumbled and skipped like 3 steps. So, I went back and found Isaac's version. So ask Isaac, don't ask me. And I copied down his steps for this, because I figured he knows, he made it up. So, solitude is different from isolation. Isaac said that. Put quotation marks and put it on a shirt. or don't, because that needs context. Basics are lay on the floor. It says demonstrate, but I'm sitting in a chair at a desk, so I'm not gonna demonstrate, but I can mind it. So, lay on the floor. I did not think this through. Surround yourself with something of beauty. For example, play classical music. Yeah. That's what Isaac does, and like, it works. I copied him. It works. Play classical music. I'd recommend Beethoven. The Ninth is pretty good. If you're interested, I've got a playlist. Or I can link Isaac's if nobody wants to listen to mine, because mine's just spam Isaac's stuff and then hit the recommended stuff, because I don't listen to classical music. But like, it works, so I do now. I still don't know which one's which. They all sound the same, which is why it works. So, once you're playing your music or surrounding yourself with beauty of some flavor, don't talk. If you talk, you'll make it worse. Don't talk. It's bad. Invite the Holy Spirit to enter your body. You do that by going like this. Don't make the clapping noise, you won't help yourself. And then you go, Dear God, fill me with the Holy Spirit, please. Amen. And you can add more to that. Please do add more to that. That was a very short prayer. But I didn't write an example. So, that's what you're getting. Don't think. Isaac says this. That's the one thing I remember. So my method is to not think. Which is really hard. I had a whole conversation with Nat about this. I successfully mentioned Isaac, Tori, and Nat now. Goals accomplished. And Nat and I have very similar brain chemistry, apparently. Like, bros thinking constantly. For context. I stay up at night thinking. And, like, I don't even need my cell phone or paper. I can just, like, for hours. And, like, my brain will just, like, go over there. It's, like, constant rabbit trolling. But I remember all of it, and, like, I'm basically a philosopher at this point. Like, you don't want to know what I think about. So yeah, don't think. Turn that off. It's sometimes what I do is just, like, look at something dirty and pick one speck of dirt, stare at that like it's your lifeline. And you can only think about that speck of dirt, you'll run out of very quickly. Something else I do for entering into solitude is I go on Illuminate Student Ministries YouTube page where Isaac preaches. I got that out. Let's go. I was gonna do the spelling it thing that Isaac does in the info, but I decided I couldn't spell illuminate in my current state of exhaustion. So, sorry. They have the Armageddon video from the summer series on there. Just like search Illuminate Student Ministries Armageddon, it'll come up. And then go roughly 14 minutes and 56 seconds in, and Isaac will tell you how to go into solitude. And then you don't need to listen to this off-track nonsense. You can just listen to him. He's significantly more experienced. He stays on task. I don't, which, like, can be a good thing. Not when you're trying to figure out what to do. Ironically, I'm close to 1456 right now, so, like, if I'd made an intro for this, then I would have hit that perfectly with saying 1456. That would have been epic. Like, disappointment of the lifetime. I might have to make an intro just so that works. 7. I had to think about that too long. I didn't do it for 6, I'm sorry. Trying to be consistent. Isaac talked about that today. I didn't do a good job, probably because I skipped half the lesson because I was freaking out and I dragged Nat into it. So, get an educated, calm, capitalized adult. Calm, close, attack ready, laid back, and monotone. The located adult should be able to give advice in a safe place to the afflicted individual. Don't ask why I talked it like that. I just did. It's in my notes. Afflicted individual. I don't know why. I probably could have come up with a more tone appropriate word there, but it's happening. For this, I usually use Nat, as said in the previous rant. Because big fan of Nat. He's great. 7 stars out of 7. Don't get an extrovert. I proceed to be a hypocrite. I think Nat's an extrovert, but he's like the most introverted extrovert ever. I'd usually go Isaac, except I have a step that's literally just called Isaac. In my phone. Not in this, because not all of you are gonna know Isaac, so you can't do that. But like, my steps are just labeled by like, Lily, Nat, Isaac. Also known as call these people so you don't die. Even though I'm not gonna die. You can't die, don't worry. Yeah. Extroverts work. They can't be extroverted extroverts, they have to be introverted extroverts. Don't ask what that means, I can't tell you because I don't know. Number 8. I'm struggling. Cast out the anxiety. Isaac said to close your eyes and pray out loud. You should ask God to take it away. Express anxiety's lack of power over you. Hadassah sent me a snap. Okay, I thought that was important for a minute. Sorry, Hadassah, if you're watching, but I can't wait. And your belief in God's ability to help you. And repeat that until you believe it. You just like say it over and over again. You can do variations, like I'll wander in the hallways talking to myself like a psychopath, and I'll just be saying like, God take the anxiety, God take the anxiety, God take the anxiety, because that's easiest for me, because when I'm having a panic attack, like, I'm nonverbal basically, makes it hard to say a ton. God take the anxiety is 7 syllables. I had to think about that way too hard. I'm tired. So yeah, do your variation of that. If you need more help, Isaac said I could do this, so he'd probably agree to me sending people to him, right? Like, Isaac likes helping people. Go to Isaac if you need help. I don't know how to help you. Like, I played Isaac the other day because somebody else was struggling, and I figured, oh, I'm basically an expert. Didn't go too well. I'm working on it. Number 9. My fingers are not cooperating. Do something that focuses you. For example, I wrote sermons. That's why this book is halfway filled. I wrote this while having a panic attack in the back of a math classroom. Focuses me. Listen to certain music, like, I play a lot of NF, Ask Isaac. We had a conversation about this yesterday. like, NF is good, yeah. I just like sing it and I'm focused because it's hard to rap. Or I run. I don't like running with a panic attack because like feet are loud. So I put in my headphones. Or I plug my ears and run like a weirdo like this. Really bad form. But the headphones work. And I play NF while I run. And then I write a sermon when I come home, obviously, because I need to do all three things. Not all of those things are possible. Like, if I'm having a panic attack in the middle of chapel, I can't just, like, start blasting NF throughout the sanctuary. And I can't just start running laps around the pews or preach at the preacher. I guess. I am preaching, though, soon. Pastor Eric said he'd schedule it with me next week, so it's coming. I'll update you when I know the date. And then all of you can come and support my endeavors, because you're clearly interested in my sermons. Otherwise, why would you be here at 21 minutes and 15 seconds in? Isaac, however, listens to classical music for this sort of thing. He probably does other things too. That's just the one I know. Because, like, I can't read Isaac's mind, but he told me that one. So, like, that's something. It helps your mind switch gears to whatever you want it to be doing. If you, like, do something else. Like, for example, with the distraction example I shared earlier, I'm very passionate about how our carpet is a coffee table. So Isaac got me talking about the carpet, and then I was okay. 10, I can do that one without counting my fingers. Call your anxiety mentor. Okay, so, real quick context. I didn't know what to call Isaac, so anxiety mentor is a thing now. I never invited him to be in this position, and he's not being paid. And I called him at 11 p.m., so I probably should be paying him, but he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart. He's a great person. So, like, you gotta find somebody who's willing to do it for free, because anxiety mentors are not cheap. This is all coming out of my butt. Anxiety mentors aren't a position. I invented this today because I didn't know what to call Isaac, as I said. So now he's my anxiety mentor / youth pastor, I guess. Because, like, youth pastor, his job is not to fix my problems. His job's to preach at us. And, like, really, youth pastor should be there for you. But, like, Isaac's helping on a different level. So he gets a new position title. 4th job, I think. I know of 3, I think. Don't quote me on that. And don't laugh at me if I'm wrong, please. I'm fragile. Anyways, to the task at hand. Or not, actually. I went on a vent in the page too, so we're doing it again. Ask Isaac. I call regularly from play practice. I called today. I texted yesterday at 11 p.m. He was eating dinner, apparently. He told me that today, because I felt guilty for keeping him up. Apparently I wasn't. He was as behind in scheduling as I was, so convenient. I called him last week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I've seen him both Wednesdays. And then I saw him a Sunday at Chipotle. Yeah, I did. Isaac's probably sick of me, but he says he isn't, so, like, I'll take his word for it. Because I think he could just, like, plead asleep for the 11 o'clock one at least. So, like, if he was sick of me, he could get out of it. I'm not trapping him there. So, yeah, moving on. It helps to hear the words from someone who's overcome what is happening to you and you're close to. Like, if you don't know, Isaac got panic attacks. Now he's okay. He's lucky. It sucks. Being okay sounds amazing. I'm working on it. I'll tell you if I get there. It'll be like the first, you'll be the first to hear about it, except for Isaac, because I'm definitely telling Isaac immediately if it stops happening. Because, like, he can turn off notifications. That was a joke, in case you didn't get it. I don't know what the punchline was, but there was one. It was supposed to be funny. Just take my word for it. Laugh. And, like, if they aren't close to you, it's just weird. Like, I was terrified of Isaac until July, I think. When I started coming to youth group, I couldn't even talk to him. Like, I was absolutely terrified. Clearly got over that, if you couldn't tell. I don't know when I got over that, just like I don't know when my panic attacks started. Nat and Isaac helped me figure that out. I think I'm getting there. I'm not gonna share it on the interwebs, because anybody can see this, that's just weird. But I'll put it in my testimony. If you want to hear it, just, like, call me up. Oh, cringe heavily. So yeah, because hearing the words from someone who's done it and is, like, somebody I trust is a good idea. Hence me calling Isaac. Because, like, I almost said my Charlotte, that's my sister for context. My sister, says that Isaac is my best buddy, probably because I've seen him every day for 2 weeks almost. He's not my best buddy, hate to tell you. Like, he's my anxiety mentor. That's the thing. I don't care anymore. I think I have another page. I do have another page. So, if you don't have an anxiety mentor and don't want to call me or Isaac, because, like, I'm totally encouraging your belief in me by saying Isaac every 5 words. All of this is from Isaac. I have no original ideas, just so you know. Except for when I do. And then they're in real sermons, not this 30-minute video about how to not die. I'm running out of soda. What a travesty. Except wait. There's more. I kept that in there for that joke. I don't even drink Pepsi. I knew I was gonna run out. I thought it would be funny. So if you didn't laugh, I'm sorry. I'd recommend calling Isaac if you're comfortable and know him. If you don't know him, I'm not gonna give you his phone number, because I don't want to be Zach. I know Zach watches this, and I know Zach would think it was funny that I called him out for giving me Isaac's phone number before I knew Isaac. So, yeah. If nobody laughed, I'm sorry. And if you don't know Zach, you're probably confused, but it's a very Zach thing to do. I'd suggest finding someone, and my recommended criteria exist because I'm a planner. I plan too much, so I made a lot of lists, and this is one of them. Because I was looking for someone who knew what to do, because I didn't know what to do. And then I found out Isaac was like me, so I told Isaac for the first time. Or, actually, I don't think I did anything with that information for a long time. I think the first time you would have heard about it would be fall retreat. I'm gonna send this to Isaac, so if he gets this far, he can correct me on that, because, like, it's quite possible I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he'd know when he heard something if he kept track. I didn't, because I don't know when he found out, in all honesty. So, my criteria personally are, you can edit this, gets/got panic attacks. I put the /got in because Isaac's recovered from his, and I felt like a hypocrite saying gets, because like really, Isaac being my anxiety mentor doesn't fit that criteria, but like, I was going somewhere with that. And, like, okay, I ran out of phone storage. I figured out where I was, though. So, and, like, I'm repeating that. He's probably more effective than anybody who's currently getting them, because he knows how to not get them anymore, which is arguably better than making them manageable. So, would recommend. You want someone who has a similar interest to you for the whole distraction thing. For example, Isaac and I both play trombone, and we're both preachers, if you couldn't tell. At least I consider myself and Isaac both preachers. Neither of us have pastoral degrees, just like a disclaimer. He graduated early. I'm set to graduate early. We've got a ton of common interests. Like, yeah. Flannels. Common interests are useful. Not an extrovert. Extroverts are scary. If you disagree, you can skip that one. But the reason that Isaac is my anxiety mentor, rather than like, I can't even think of an extrovert that gets panic attacks. There's probably one somewhere. They aren't my mentor because extroverts are scary, which is probably why I don't know if they've got anxiety. Calm, all capitals. Close/consistent. Anxiety ready. Wait, attack ready. Laid back, monotone. I had that memorized until I didn't. That matters because, like, previously mentioned in 2 other steps. I'm gonna continue. Willing to help you at random times of day. For example, I texted technically, but you know, I contacted Isaac at 11 p.m. yesterday, and he picked up, shockingly. 2 different Tuesdays I called him, and it was like 4, which is like in the middle of a work day. To my knowledge, he's in his office at that time, because I asked him, and that probably means he's doing something useful. Oh, I just figured it out, actually. The bandstand thing confused me. I figured it out. Today, Isaac played trombone music to show us how consistency was good. Last Tuesday, he told me he had his phone on a bandstand in his office, and I was so confused about the bandstand part, but I just figured it out. So, like, yeah, I called Isaac while he was practicing his trombone for our lesson this week, I guess. But he picked up, so yeah. That also explains why he was so far away. I had the phone, like, in my ear, and then when it was time for me to talk, I moved it. It was like, yeah. It distracted me, that's good. And then I called him today during play practice when he was probably getting ready for youth group, because it was like 4 p.m. and youth group's at 6:30, and like everybody starts showing up way before then, in all honesty. Like, I've shown up and seen people at like 4:45, so he was definitely getting ready for youth group at that point. But he paused that to pick up my phone call. I called him on a Friday, which is like a day where most people are busy. I don't know why. And I could actively hear people talking in the background. So he was definitely doing something. I don't know what, but like something. And he still took the time to pick up the phone. Tori said he never picked up the phone. She's crazy, obviously, because I've got like a 96% success rate, at least. I'd say, I think. I don't know. I'm not running the numbers. Math is hard. It's too late for this. It's 10 p.m. I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm gonna do that when I'm done. This is running over. I was told sermons were supposed to be 20 minutes. I'm at 30 something, I think. That may be wrong, because I've got the whole clip from before I ran out of phone storage. But given I ran out of phone storage, I must be at a lot. So, yeah, calling at random times of day happens. So you need someone who can pick up. Because, like, what I've told myself is not to bother Isaac on Thursday, because I know he's working at Wayne Center of the Arts, and that's harder to work around for him. And I don't want him to have to figure that out. So I decide I'll figure it out, because I know his schedule-ish. Like, I know vaguely what he does. Like, I know he's at Wayne Center of the Arts on Thursdays, so I don't call. Because it's probably a bad time. And I honestly suggest it being someone older who you see as a role model or parental figure. Isaac is 10 years older than me. If anybody couldn't tell, given he has a beard. He's an adult. He's 24, which I know because I asked for the ASP trip because we needed people that were old enough to drive vans. He wasn't. You need to be 25. I'll recruit him next year. And, obviously, if you couldn't tell based off of the fact that I basically am constantly copying Isaac in some manner, I do see him as a role model / parental figure. Making sure my dad can't hear me before I say this part. He's a really bad father sometimes. So, I latch on to random dudes, like parental figures. Isaac's one of many. Isaac's probably the best influence, honestly, because the rest are college-aged and not Christian. Which is where I got most of my issues from. So copying Isaac is good for my health and mental health and spiritual health. It's good for my health in general, in all honesty. So, like, let's be glad I went to youth group. So yeah, and before I forget, I got, actually. I wrote I'm getting because I hadn't gotten it yet when I wrote this, but I got now because I asked him. I didn't put the E at the end of figure and I just noticed. Hold on, I'm fixing it. I keep a pencil on me for fixing that at any time because I regularly forget my letters in words. I know my alphabet. I don't put them in words well. So yeah, I got approval from Isaac to talk about him in my paper, and, like, I made sure my steps made sense because I can't remember well, because, you know, remembering the steps isn't my main concern when I'm curled up on the floor crying. So yeah, Isaac agreed to this. He doesn't care that I put all this personal information on the internet, shockingly. I'd probably be bothered if somebody did that without asking me. But, like, Isaac's very chill. He said cool. So yeah. And now I'm gonna send this to him. Because why not? Plus he asked what my YouTube channel was called. And, like, it's easier if I send him a link. So he's getting this. And now he's hearing me explain this to strangers on the internet. I need help. If you guys want, and Isaac agrees, I might get him to join me on the interwebs to explain this better, because I did his method no justice. I can get Isaac after, or before is probably gonna work better, because my mom drops me off, my dad picks me up. Mom's easier to bargain with. So I can just like interview Isaac on camera for you guys if you have questions. If he's open for that. He might be busy. He's kind of a busy guy. If he's interested and you guys want it, I'll do it. Because I'll take an excuse to hang out with Isaac and talk about panic attacks. I do that a lot anyways. Like, it'd just be in front of a camera and actually helpful to somebody else. It's a good thing. Yeah, you know? So anyways, I think I'm at 40 minutes, so I should probably wrap up. I'm also out of pages, so... We're out of Coke. But wait, I'm kidding, I'm not doing that again. That was cringy. Announcements. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna preach in a chapel. You should go. I'll tell you when it is if you ask me after next week. At the moment, I do not know. Pastor Eric said he'd tell me next week. I don't know when next week, so just ask me after next week and I can tell you. For context, it is the 12th of March, 2025. So ask me after the 19th of March, 2025. And I can tell you. And then you can come and support my preaching. In other notes, Aladdin, it's this weekend, March 14th and 15th. We do 7 o'clock p.m. both days, and we have, the time isn't on the shirt. We have a 2-ish one. I don't know for sure if it's 2-ish, but I think it's 2. Don't quote me on that. On Saturday, not Friday though, because we're in school still. You guys should go to Illuminate. I'm gonna advertise for Isaac since I'm sending it to him, so he might appreciate this. If you don't already, attend Illuminate, and maybe Isaac will be proud of me for using my minuscule platform to recruit all, 2 people that have already been to youth group to come back. Also, that was a joke. Isaac said he's proud of me. Okay, guys, I once again ran out of storage. I'm doing great today, I know. So I think what I was saying last is, disclaimer, Isaac already said he's proud of me, and I'm choosing to believe him because I have no reason not to. It made me very happy. I cried happy tears. Nobody ever says that. It was very nice. I was doing announcements. Okay, I had no idea how I got to that. I feel like I can come up with something here. Just give me a second. 2 weeks from today is the green out at Illuminate. You should go and wear green. And I'm telling you to do this even though I can't see it. Isaac's also colorblind and he told people to wear green because he made it a thing. So, yeah, it's like a club. It doesn't exist. If you're colorblind, come wear green that you can't see. And there's an Easter ignition. I don't remember the date. Hold on. I have a paper. Thank you. I have a paper, yes. April 23rd.